Brandon Martin, J-Man's Legit, Eric Lima, Michael Bombardier, Andrew Hawking, William Braun, Uriel Ibarra, the Rant N Rave Podcast Archives.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live stream video. I'm currently one of the co-hosts, Brandon Martin, on the next edition of the Rant N Rave Podcast with myself, Jordan Little. But it won't be for long, though, however.
Because, yeah, we will. There will be a third co-host, but we're not going to reveal who that is.
Won't be till.
Yeah.
2020. Exactly. But, and you're gonna ask us, like, why you don't have the theme song for that intro? Well, the thing is, it's serious.
Yeah. Dead as a doornail.
Oh yes, and you're gonna ask us again, like, oh, why you're not doing the 3 topics this week? Well, like I already mentioned this before, I'm not going to repeat myself over. Go check out the first part. Anyway, beyond serious note, Jordan, why are we going to rant on a certain 2 individuals?
Because it's somewhat of payback for, after the original episode 5 was, ended on the wrong note. Because the original, I have a gut feeling that would have been the one that got more viewers than episode 8 and would have probably gotten maybe some high praise and a little bit of mixed reactions and a little bit of feedback, but still at the end of the day, that would have been the favorite episode of all time.
Oh, yes.
For obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But at this particular point in time, we have to get this out there. The story has to be heard because not only has these 2 individuals, not only the biggest, no good, chicken crap, pussy whipped, punks to ever walk on the face of God's green earth, they are like, diseases,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, this is the kind of thing that we have to let out, because if we don't, it's going to haunt us forever. However, out of the goodness of our hearts, we're not going to mention any names. Not this time.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're not going to be going too far into detail of too much personal information, we're just going to simply, we're just going to simply just go with the facts and the evidence that we have in regards to the internet drama, not in someone else's problems in general.
Mm-hmm.
With that being the case, this is the final episode of 2019 and the final time of the Brandon and Jordan era of the Rant N Rave Podcast. So, yeah. We've been because folks, these 2 gave us an opening. We have been, mostly me, have been waiting for the opportunity to expose these morons, to show them how wrong they are in so many ways. And if they try and make a reaction video out of this and think they're going to get away with it, here's the thing. Fair use, people. I want you to remember that. Brandon, what happens when I take my sunglasses off?
This means it's about to get real, folks.
Yeah. What I'm about to tell all you people is 100% truth. We have a lot of people that are on our side. I have Brandon right here in front of me, and he can back up everything that I say.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about 2 individuals who not only wrongfully banned me, but also not just 4, but including Brandon, 5 other people from a server that is game show related, like Enthusiastic. because simply this all happened on Discord, obviously. And you know what's so funny about the name Discord of the website? Discord, the meaning behind Discord is like a way of, like, you know, disconnecting from friends, like, you know, like saying, like, you know, there's a Discord between, you know, friends. That's exactly what it does. But at the end of the day, it all started with, because all I wanted to do is make friends of a certain individual that I don't like, which I'll probably rant on a future episode, you know. And yes, I'll be given full permission by Brandon Martin to do so, because it'll be my take and not his on this certain individual. But still, where do I begin from here? Do I begin all the way from the beginning, man?
For that, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start all the way from the beginning. I have all the evidence on my phone. This all started back when I was just starting Discord around in April, but I did join last year. I've been a member of Discord for over a year, and no, I don't even do the Nitro, you know, thingy, whatever, because I don't need it, and it'll be a waste of cash. So, with that being the case, yeah. So, and I'm not going to try and drag too many names into this because, like I said, we're trying to protect the innocent. But the two that we indirectly mentioned, those are the two that are not innocent. I joined this server, which has now been changed to a different name, to the guy's real name. And I bet you probably know who I'm talking about. But I'm not going to say any names. Why? Because they seem to think ranting on the internet, like, say, bringing up, you know, a lot of stuff about someone when they know it's true, they think it's slander. No. Ranting on the internet, and plus, like I've said before, and I will say it again, for this case of a guy, he should know that a judge nor a lawyer will take this all seriously, a rant video. Because people don't know who you are, because you're a nobody, and plus, nobody will even know, like, people won't believe in me because people believe what they want to believe. And in fact, this certain individual actually says that, but I'm not going to get too in depth with that. Okay, so this is how it happened. I talked to somebody who played game shows in the past. In fact, he recommended me to this person, and I noticed I was on the same server. And that was actually pretty cool. And strangely enough, even Brandon right here was a part of that server. And I asked this person if I could participate in one of his game shows, and he accepted. And I'm in one of those episodes. And I'm not going to say what video name because, simply put, I'm not going to allow, you know, any toxic environment on this stream or this episode. I don't really care. So, continuing onward, we're actually having things are going good. They are. In fact, around the same time, I even met somebody who comes off as the biggest, deplorable, negative, and also the most self-righteous, heartless piece of monkey gobshite that could ever be seen on the face of the planet. He's more at fault with most of the crap I'm about to say, or the evidence that I will also present, you know, without having to show you all a screen share, because you'll just have to take my word for it. Okay, I'm meeting this guy for the first time because he was also talked bad about because of a certain individual, like I said, who I have had issues with. And he doesn't know the meaning behind sarcasm for some reason. In fact, he doesn't know how it works, apparently, even without the LOL or whatever, or the JK, because he takes everything out of context. Man, I thought someone like the person that I have problems with, you know, who put me in 3 uncomfortable situations in May, you know, doesn't know the meaning behind sarcasm. No, this fat, deplorable piece of crap is the king shite when it comes to not knowing what sarcasm is. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right, Jordan.
Oh my God. So, yeah. So I did the episode with the person who is the host of the freaking thing. And not only that, we actually had a good time after we did the taping, me and the host. In fact, after that, we actually talked about that certain individual. In fact, a lot of things we agree on, like say that person, politics, and much, much more. And I thought that was going to be, I was going to have future, talks with this guy in later time because I was getting along with this guy. And so was I. And I was trying to get along with this guy, this deplorable piece of crap who really is the source and the cancer of all that happening on that server, which, by the way, and there is a reason behind why the name is changed from the channel name on YouTube and all of its content, in returns to why it's changed from that name to the guy's real name who actually runs the whole hot dang thing. So you remember that episode. We're not going to get into the detail of what name it was, nor do I want to acknowledge it. But I will say this, though. I can indirectly acknowledge it, but not fully.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to this person, and I have tons of screenshots of the freaking conversation. And by the way, I actually have legit evidence against this guy. And I'm not gonna use my lawyer or anything like that, like a freaking crybaby he is. So, I asked this person, Mr. Disappointment, which will be his alias.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is mostly all he's about. He's more about being more disappointed than he is, very interested or freaking, excited. He doesn't have any personality at all because of personal issues, which I'm not going to drag into, because let me tell you something. By the way, he actually, you know what? I'll say that for a later time. I'm sorry, but I'm going to get back on this. I'm sorry. So I asked him. Now, this is what I asked him. What did you think of my performance? Now, I even mentioned the show and also the segment I'm in, but guess what? For the sake of argument, I'm not going to reveal the show or the segment name. What does Mr. Disappointment say? He says, I was actually very upset with it, if you want to know the truth. And I said, well, at least you're honest. And he says this, to be a smart arse, that I am. Just 1 second, I don't want to screw anything up, BRB. And I told this guy, and I can mention this though, okay? This is what I said. All right, take your time, because I thought he had to use the bathroom, but I guess that's not the case. I said, take your time. I'm just like, I almost had this total amount of money, and I should have shaved before we started taping, LOL, which is true. Like, I should have shaved before I came here live. Okay, and oh my God, what does he say to turn my words against me? He says, what would I do with my money? I would probably use it for the right cause instead of selfishness like all the other people in the world. And he says that is by far one of the most offensive things I've ever heard anyone say. Like I said, I didn't want to screw up the quote. I had to go back and make sure I had it right. Oh, man. So, okay, Brandon, did I ask him about how I performed, or did I ask him about what I said before I performed?
I would say about what you said, like right after, if I remember correctly.
About my performance, or about what I said before I performed?
It's what you said that before you performed.
Yeah, no, he's saying that like before I performed. Like he's saying before I did the segment, that he's taking my words out of context. See, before I performed is like when I say that, and the during part before oh God, we're all mixed up here. Okay, let me bring this up to speed with you, even though this might be a little bit stupid, and you might be saying, what? Brandon, you're not making any sense. Okay, let me just try and explain this. Before I performed, I said words like this. What would I do with my money? I would probably use it for the right cause instead of selfishness like all the other people in the world. Now, keep that in mind, okay? So I'm the one, I'm asking him, okay? I'm asking him about my performance. Not for what I said, but did I ask him about what I said or about my performance in general?
I think it was your performance in general.
Exactly. Not what I said. Now we can get that all cleared up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And yes, what happens on Rant and Rave stays on Rant and Rave. So
Yep.
You know what? If you guys want to make fun of Brandon, piss off.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead, Brandon. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you can take my middle finger as well. So, and 2 words: suck it.
Yes. Now, and oh, by the way, this is what's funny, okay? What's wrong with me saying for the right causes? Did I say all the people around the world? No, I said the other. I said the other people in the world. Not okay. I said all the other, but here's the thing: all the other people in the world that I was mentioning. Oh, get this. Why he takes this so offensively? This you're about to see his reasons. I'm not kidding you. This is what is said. Not every. I said all the other people in the world, not everyone in general. I don't think everyone is selfish. There have been some out there that abuse their money and don't think right. And what does he say to keep repeating himself like a broken record? Kind of like Mr. Smith, who I talk about next episode 6. I'm not kidding you. He says this. You said, quote unquote, instead of selfishness like all the other people in the world. The language speaks for itself like you're the only righteous one and the rest of us are selfish. Hold on 1 second. I did not say anything about me being more righteous than anybody. He's putting words in my mouth, putting things in my mouth, things that I never said or thought about because I don't. Because if giving charity is somehow a bad thing, wow, then he must be one of the, like he says over and over, which actually proves a point because he's so selfish in his own right, which I'll get to in a minute, though. I didn't say I was righteous. I didn't say anything wrong. What are you playing at here? Even this guy said, most people, maybe to help correct myself. Ever thought about that? Oh, and this is where it gets interesting. He said this. Yeah, at least he got it right. Most people. You said all the other people in the world. Don't try and argue with me on this one because this is one argument you will never win. What argument? He's the one who wants to start crap. Mr. Disappointment here. And, oh my God, it gets worse. It gets so much worse. What does he say to me? He says, oh, you know how, this is kind of pathetic, you know? He says this, word for word. I'm not kidding you. He brings this as if it were relevant, okay? Let me read this to you. He says, let me tell you something, man. Throughout my adult life and even in my late teenage years, I've invested thousands upon thousands of dollars in people throughout my life. I've had, the amount of wives, amount of kids, and I've even given my own mother as well as 6 children who weren't mine. Do you want to know what I got in return for all that? I got shied on, dumped, my heart broken. I even went to jail for 5 days because I stopped giving money to one woman I was dating. She made some stuff about me. Yeah. And I wonder what stuff it was anyway. And, yeah, and nearly ruined me after my most recent wife left me and all the investments I made in them. Guess what? I use what money I make now only on myself. So I guess I'm just selfish myself now, aren't I? Okay, you know what? That's actually interesting because he actually admits to that. But the thing is, that was not who I was referring to. He took my words out of context right here. Now, for some reason, he brings his family involved, his 2 ex-wives, his 2 kids, and his mother. I mean, like, did I say anything like that?
No.
And his family has no relevance to what he's starting. Who is he trying to bullcrap? And he's trying to say, like, oh my God. Like, hold on. I'll get to that in just a moment. Hold on. Okay. And you know what I said? This is, and I'm serious. I'm reading this off word for word. I said, I don't want to win nothing. You're making this into a big deal. I never said anything about you. What is your problem? And I even apologize saying, I'm sorry all that happened. I really am. And it's true. I never said anything about him.
Yeah.
And what did he say? He says, you said all the other people in the world. He puts all in capitals. I'm one of all the other people in the world. Am I not? And I'm like, Brandon, I once mentioned him in that episode and in that segment at all about him being as one of the other people in the world that could use their money selfishly.
No.
Once again, he's putting words in my mouth, words that I never said about him, but what I'm revealing right now of what kind of a deplorable, bullying piece of crap he is, which is what this is, Mr. Disappointment. And I respond, no, I never said anything about you. Why are you making this all about you? And what does he say? He says, yes, you did. You said all the other people in the world. I am one of those people. I'm making it about me because I'm incredibly offended. Anyone in their right mind would be offended. Mother trucker, you think for 1 second you're speaking on anybody, like all the other people in the world on their behalf, like the type that I wasn't referring to? Like to pay their bills and all that stuff? That's not who I was talking about. And anyone in their right mind would be offended? What? That's bullcrap. And if you look in the comment section of that same episode I appeared, guess what? You won't find anybody being giving their takes on me because I don't see anybody being offended in that comment section at all. So who are you trying to bullcrap? Oh. And you're incredibly offended. You know what's something, you pussy? Only pussies get offended.
Yep.
I can say that I'm offended from time to time, but the thing is, I'm trying not to, because thing is, nobody, not one man should be offended. And my dad told me truthfully, even showed me a Bible verse, how men should, anybody should never be offended. But guess what? I'm not going to bring the Bible into context because I'm not like this guy who wants to say it's the Bible being used as a weapon. And I'm not even going to use it in my terminology as a cop-out because I don't need to bring up a Bible verse or even say it. Okay. Then I said, oh my God, as in GAWD. What is wrong with you? Seriously. You're pissed at me for what I said, taking things way out of context, and I don't know what your deal is. And I make logical sense with this. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. And he doesn't know what he's saying because he thinks I'm insulting him? No, I didn't. This guy, he must be the most bipolar, big piece of crap I've ever met. Ugh. And then he says, am I an alien, an animal? No, I'm one of all the other people in the world, and what you said offended me. Freaking pussy. And let me tell you something. You're lucky I didn't call you out on this for where everyone could see. Oh, like you're a big shot to call me out. Freaking, yeah. My deal is you don't say offensive stuff like that. That's my deal. You got that? Or are you just going to keep acting arrogant like you did nothing wrong? What? Arrogant? You freaking kidding me? You fat piece of shite? Boy, this guy's lucky he doesn't live in the same state as me or I beat the freaking hell out of him.
Yep. Oh, yes.
God. By the way, arrogance, in my view, it's not, a thing where someone acts too cocky, in my view. To me, it's an attitude. And I don't have that kind of attitude. Yes, I can be a little bit, teeny bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, full of excitement and full of enthusiasm, but arrogance is not in the dictionary for me. Because, let's face facts, I didn't say, let me tell you people, I did not say crap about this guy. I didn't mention any names. and he takes it way out of context. You want to know when I said all the other people in the world, I meant people who's drug dealers, who freaking also who does drugs, freaking alcohol and does crimes. That's who I'm referring to, not for people who have to use their money for themselves to live, to pay bills. That is not who I was referring to. Stupid. He's freaking stupid. And guess what? You know what I said? And I asked him, I'm arrogant. I think you need to calm down, which is exactly what he needs to do. And what does he say? Oh my God. He says, I was much more upset earlier than I am now, but I had to calm myself way down before I talked to you at all about this. You were wrong to say that, period. Oh, so you're calming yourself down, yet you're acting like a freaking, oh my God, an adolescent crybaby puss boy wanting to mess with me because of you're taking my words out of context, words that I never really mentioned you at all. Mr. Disappointment acting like a freaking victim, thinking that he's being attacked, like offended. First of all, like I said before, never once did I try to attack you. And plus, compassion in this world to this mother trucker is dead. And this is what he says. Yeah, if you can't take responsibility for something you did wrong, that's arrogance. Oh, so that's what arrogance is. Let me tell you something. I'm not in the wrong for this. I did nothing wrong. That's why I say that like I asked you, I'm arrogant. No, I'm not. Because I'm not letting someone bully me into thinking that I said something wrong when it's more charitable than it is, more selfish. And this guy, he oh my God, this guy. I had to go to the leader of the. And by the way, if you don't know this, they're two him along with Mr. Disappointment are admins. And you know what this guy is going to be called? What I'm about to say next. I told him we have a problem, and he says, "Uh-oh, what is it?" I said, "I just want to talk with this guy, Mr. Disappointment, until this happened." And I sent him the screenshots of what I just read you, Brandon, and everyone who's listening to the sound of my voice. And what does he... Oh, by the way, hold on. I say, I don't want to drag you in, but he's going way out of line. I didn't do anything wrong. I said all the other people, maybe I shouldn't have said it that way, and yet you correct me, most people would spend in their money selfishly. This guy blasts me with his offense to what I said, talking about his personal life and everything else that's not even relevant. What the heck has all that got to do with anything? And, this is what this guy says, who I'm about to call him by his alias. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
He says, not to be mean, but I'm not taking sides here. I want you and this guy to work things out. This has nothing to do with me. Yeah. And I said this. I'm just telling you that he's out of line. I don't want you to take sides. I said that, and that is true. I just want you to know he's being horrible towards me over a small thing. It's ridiculous. And then this is where this pissed me off more than I could ever comprehend with these people. You ready?
I'm ready.
What does Mr. Disappointment have to say to me? He says, do you honestly think it's a good idea to behave like a child and try to rat me out to the leader of the server because you can't take, taking some heat from me? You do realize I'm an admin at this server and that I have the equal access, power, and authority of the page as the leader does? So he's calling me childish because I just want a little help. That's all I asked to get this all situated. Because this is downright bullcrap. Did I try and get help, Brandon?
Yes, you were trying to get help, yeah.
Oh, and you know what I said? What? Listen to this. I said, you're the one acting childish right now. And what does he say? Oh, really? BRB. Once again, he's saying be right back. If he was really going to the bathroom, it'd take him maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes to try and walk over there. Jeez Christ. So freaking. Okay, this is what he says. Oh, no. This is what I say. Before you say another thing, hang on just a second, and you'll want to hear this. I always take responsibility for every wrong decision I've made in my life. If you think I'm going to apologize with all that you're saying that came out of nowhere, you're wrong. I regret saying that, but no, you know what? But after this point, I don't anymore because he showed his true colors. Because I'm sick and tired of kissing arse and wanting to act like Mr. Kiss arse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And should have said, yeah, I regret saying that. Should have said most, and yet I didn't. If you hold me to this, then you're being bitter. This is true, folks. I just confronted someone about being bitter about a week ago, which is the individual who, I had problems with, who put me in 3 uncomfortable situations in May. That guy didn't process or take what I said to him to heart, and yet I still move on. The leader's right. We need to work this out, and I don't need more drama because of one little thing. What does this guy say? And this is where he becomes really, really out of left field because he thinks he's got something on me when what I called him. Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, too little, too late. This childish prick just had the last say. Let me repeat that. He said, this childish prick. Brandon, did I call him a childish prick?
No.
No, I said this. I said, you're the one acting childish right now, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, he's putting words in my mouth, words that I never even said. Oh, God. And then I said this. The last say, what do you want from me? I'm being dead serious. What do you want me to say? You want me to apologize? And what does he say? You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
This is the absolute abuse of power anybody could ever comprehend. He turns this thing he makes personal and makes it justified to ban me when he does this. He says, you can do whatever you want. To be more specific, the quote-unquote last say I was referring to on my authority, you are no longer part of this server. My best advice moving forward is you really ought to watch what you say to people and don't even bother trying to cry to the leader. He already knows and gave me his support. Let me repeat that! Let me repeat that!
Yeah.
Right here. Don't even bother crying to the leader. He already knows and gave me his support. And what did he say earlier? The leader. He said, not to be mean, I'm not taking sides here. Ha! You lied! You freaking lied! You said you weren't taking sides. Bullshit! You know what you are now, Mr. Leader? You're now Mr. Liar. You are a liar. That's a guy who's arrogant too, by the way, and I got more proof right here stating my facts, not my theories, not my opinions, and sure as hell not my takes. Yes, I said hell, take me accountable for it, but my freaking evidence that I have right here to state my facts. And what do I say? Are you kidding me? In capitals. He says, nope. He says, not feeling so hot now. I told you, Mr. Liar backs me. Oh, God. Mr. Liar, I want to take you by your scrawny little neck and just and throw you around like a rag doll. You lying piece of sh... Okay. Okay. There's more. There's more. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I told this. I'm removed from this server. What the crap? Dude, this is unfair and you know it. He removed me because of a personal issue. This is so unprofessional. And that is true, folks. This fat, oh my God. Mr. Disappointment. He removed me because of a personal issue, and it's probably because also like this, because he called me. He said I'm the one acting childish. He said I'm a childish prick.
Seriously?
Oh my God, freaking fat crybaby puss boy. Oh, and what does he say? What does Mr. Liar say? Oh, get this. Stop arguing me with this about this. Who's arguing? I'm not trying to argue. I want an explanation.
Yeah.
Bull crap. What you did was wrong. Oh my God. Oh, and you got the boot? I already told you I had nothing to do with this. Oh, what? What? Let me repeat what Mr. Disappointment said. He said, Mr. Liar, he already knows and gave me his support. Liar. Okay, that's lie number 2. Lie number 2. You know what? We're going to make a freaking tally, and we're going to find out how many freaking times he lies to me. Okay? And I don't care if you try and report or mark this video. The fact of the matter is, I got you dead to rights, you piece of crap.
Mm-hmm.
And those peace terms, go screw yourself, you liar. That I'll count that as a lie too, but we're still getting to the tally of what we have right here. Ugh. God, I'm sorry if I'm shouting. I'm sorry if I'm shouting, and I want to apologize to those who are getting scared here, but the fact of the matter is, I am freaking pissed as all piss can be. Yeah. And, then, oh, and get this. When he said, I have nothing to do with this, okay? Stop arguing this, what I did, okay. He said, not to be mean, I'm not taking sides here. Lie number 1. We got lie number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got this. Like, he says I had nothing to do with this. Hey, he supports the decision. He admits that, so that's lie number 2. Lie number 2. You could have said, I'm sorry about the comment. Wait, you could have said, I am sorry about the comment you made. What? Sorry for being charitable? What the heck is wrong with these people? You guys are retarded. It would have been fine. You need to face consequences in life? Hey, guess what? This video says otherwise, you stupid son of a B word. God, as much as I want to cuss and say names like that, even though I've already said enough to Mr. Disappointment, he's a fat, chicken wet puss boy.
Yep.
Like me, when I did something wrong, I just face facts. That's lie number 3. Lie number 3. Because let me tell you something. Face facts? Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. This isn't meant to harass you or anything. That's lie number 4. Lie number 4. This ain't meant to harass me or anything. Bull crap. And I even said, just for kissing their arse, and I'm done. And I was done with that because I really wanted to beat them so badly. Yeah. God, Brian, you had no idea. This is actually the same time when I told you more about what Mr. Disappointment said about you. Freaking coward, can't say it to your face. Okay, I said, I admit I'm wrong. Why did he have to blast me? And what does he say? He says, I don't need to explain. I don't need to explain. I have the authority to give my admins permission to ban people. You're 23 years old and you're acting like a child. That's lie number 5. I'm not acting like a child, nor am I. I'm simply asking this guy for help. I'm simply, wanting to get to the bottom of this, why Mr. Disappointment's all pissed off at me. And on top of that, he's lying to me so many times, I can't even fathom, to begin to, thing. Oh, and by the way, you're 23 years old. No, I'm not. I turned 24, you idiot. You can't get your numbers right. You're the one who's 23. And you're acting like a child. You don't see me acting like a child, do you? Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. Look, I want you to drop the subject and move on. Move on after being wrongfully banned? Are you freaking mad? and I said this, even though I'm just talking my arse at this point. He says this. You know what? I'm going to cool off because that guy has made me mad. I can't even think. And he says, now would be a good idea. Freaking Mr. Liar. That would be a good idea. You might think about your actions too. Brandon?
Yes?
Did I once insult this guy or freaking mention him being about all the other people in the world who could selfishly use their money? About Mr. Disappointment?
No.
No, I didn't. And you're not backing me up because I'm saying this out of left field. It's because I have the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Real evidence, more than Mr. Disappointment and Mr. Liar will ever have, who's lied to me 5 times already.
Yep.
Oh, and guess what? This is what Mr. Disappointment says. He says this. Go cool off, but you're not getting back in the group. I'm on the phone with Mr. Liar, and he's telling me everything you say. Oh, wow. Wow. They actually communicate with each other by phone.
Yeah.
Say it ain't so, Brandon. Oh, my God. And what does Mr. Liar say after that text was sent to me? What does he say? He says, I don't want you telling anybody about the situation. The situation is over and done with, and any retaliation will result in appropriate action. Oh, so this is a court case now? This is freaking internet drama! It will not hold in a courtroom! You freaking retard! Both of you retards, Mr. Disappointment and Mr. Liar, put helmets on, start eating crayons, and roll your turds into colorful little balls, because you are a danger to society with your stupidity. Oh, and this is where I start, having to be freaking begging right here. He says, oh, no, I said, this is where I'm starting to plead or beg, which is pathetic, I know, but still, this is the internet where I'm new to this and all that, okay? I'm not kidding you when I say this. He wants me to apologize. If I apologize, will you let me back in? Because I was messaged by someone about what was posted on the server. On their server made by that fat piece of crap, Mr. Disappointment. He says, Jordan Little is hereby banned from this server due to unprofessional and offensive behavior. What? Bull crap!
Yeah, that's fucking crap.
That is the lowest form of bull I could ever see or hear. Where do they get at for making me look like the bad guy? And you think they would let the situation go? Oh my God. Guess what? You know what that means? That's line number 6.
Yeah.
Line number 6. The situation. And yet everyone's going to be asking about the situation, and yet they want to move forward from this. That's line number 6, people. And I said this. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry if I offended you. I mean it. That's what I'm saying to Mr. Disappointment. You know what? I don't mean it now anymore because I'm just seeing more. I'm hearing more about you, which I'm not going to talk about because that's kind of the reasons why you went on the last stream, but we'll get to that in a minute. I apologize. Look, I'm sorry for trying to bring Mr. Liar into this. All I want to do is have fun. I don't mean to offend anybody. I offended you. I shouldn't have been too defensive. I'm sorry. And even read them too, even if I blocked them. And then, I said I just apologized, and I said I'm going to let you decide. I don't care anymore, and I apologized. Guys, I got to get stuff done, and you can tell him that over the phone too, which is actually a shoot, mind you. I'm sorry for even dragging you into this. If you don't want me back, that's fine. I'm just going to get on with my life. What does he say? Try to rub it in. That would be a good idea. And I ask, what is? Getting on with your life? You got to learn to think twice before saying things or taking actions. Saying things? and taking actions. You want to know something? This freaking mother freaking piece of gobshite, Mr. Disappointment, he freaking made me react. He freaking triggered me. He knows which buttons to push. And he can say, no, I didn't. I didn't say anything to this kid. I told him what was there. You know what? Go piss on your... You know what? I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Neither would you with me or Brandon here or anybody. And I said I should have settled this at the sport view myself. All I want to do is... All I want to do is have fun. I should have... my grammar was getting... I was going crazy. My grammar was all messed up. All because of Mr. Liar and Mr. Disappointment. Those freaking jackwagons. I got too many people that hate me already. And I say, please let me back in. What can I do to make up for my mistake? Please. And then and what does Mr. Liar say? The matter is closed. We'll get to that part in a minute. Then let me back in. Please, man. I don't want to cause trouble anymore. And what does he say? Please do not send me another message about the situation. I do not want to block you, but if I have to, then I would have no choice. Well, I blocked him first. And also that fat lard. And I'm telling you, God, I really want to get back at them. And we even tried to do a podcast with another friend of ours who we're not going to throw under the bus, even though he was originally part of episode 5. And folks, you're probably wondering, does this get better? Oh, it does get better, trust me. Now, granted, on that same night when I told you and our friend about this, Brandon, remember what I told you about Mr. Disappointment talking bad behind your back, even though you guys were friends on Facebook and in life, but then again for 2 years. He said this, and by the way, folks, I didn't record this, but I did hear this. So, and plus, here's the thing. Not a day in my life on Rant N Rave or right now have I ever lied. Okay? I always tell the truth. Unlike those two pusses. He said this, saying, I can't effing stand him. You know, he keeps copying off of a friend of mine because of a game show. So, Brandon, what was your take on that, on Mr. Disappointment saying that about you behind your back, because even though you thought you guys were friends?
Well, the thing about it is, Jordan, that's Mr. Disappointment, on the other hand, the thing is, he should have said it to my gosh dang face. He should have, but no, he wants to be a real chicken crap that he is as of now.
What a coward, too.
Yeah.
Talking behind people's back. I bet you know something. Bet they talk behind our backs this very day and act and play role playing of that. Which we're gonna get to that in a minute too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're about to get yourself in trouble here again.
Yep.
Oh, you two dummies. You're dumb.
You are so done.
No, not done. Dumb.
I know.
But done too. Yes. Oh, we'll get to that too in a minute. The whole done thing. All right. Now, this happened. Okay. Remember that that issue with that happened with a certain situation that involved a certain somebody in an article. Although one of our friends, were just trying to do a healthy debate over Wheel of Fortune. Remember that?
Yep.
Okay. This is what was said. Word for word. Okay. Well, excuse me. I'm reading another different page. Well, basically what I know from based off what I had heard, this is what was said. Apparently, somebody from a different server who never really heard of this server at one point, was invited there because he had an article that he wrote about the changes he would make to Wheel of Fortune. Our friend wanted to have a healthy debate over this. That's all he wanted. And all because he couldn't take an opinion and wanted to say things like, like some guys are, and yeah, like, this guy's like, egotistical. Wow. Well, guess what? You're about to contradict yourself because it feels like I feel like he might have said he's never egotistical. Well, guess what? You're about to contradict yourself because you're about to show it too. So what does Mr. Disappointment say about the article in the chat? He says, like, this article sucks. Wow. And then our friend invites the person who made the article to the server, and he says hello. And what does Mr. Disappointment say? He says, your article sucks. What? Your article sucks? That's who you greet? That's how you greet people? Where do you get off? Oh, and then get this. When that person who made the article said, wow, that's really immature, guess what happened? This guy freaking bans the guy off the server. Mr. Disappointment bans the guy who made the article off the server. Just like that, after 45 seconds of being in that, on that freaking group. What a freaking crybaby. Because he got called a name. And also, he says this bullcrap saying, because I was trying, because he invited me on, he invited him on there to just put me in my place. Mother trucker, there was nobody putting you in your place. It was all about takes, opinions on a topic. What do you not freaking understand? God. And, and the friend we have, he left that server. And folks, I use that to the most extent possible. He left the server on his own terms. And this guy wants to put, Mr. Liar wants to say that he wants to say, like, he's banned you? Like, he's banned this guy? No, Mr. Liar. And I'm going to correct you again when we had those peace talks. You never banned him! He left on his own freaking terms! Are you dense? And then, oh God. Not only does this guy want to freaking, want to talk to this guy and, and want to, say, confront him after all the damage had been done. Get this. Even when our friend tried to apologize to Mr. Liar, guess what? Well, I'm afraid you're too late. You have been banned from the server. That's lie number 7. That's lie number 7. And he keeps saying that. Oh yeah, that is also a lie too. And our friend here says this. You did not ban me. That is the truth. And you know it. And also, Mr. Disappointment took something out of context and acted butthurt about it. That is so 100% true. And so who's overreacting? Who's the quote-unquote snowflake? Wow. And you know what? That is a good point because we'll go over their rules they have over there soon because now they're about to contradict themselves again. I'm done with you, Mr. Liar. I always thought you were cool, but you're just an a-hole. I was just trying to be a good friend and have a decent conversation, and Mr. Disappointment just had to take things out of context. You're a hypocritical piece of crap, and that's all you're ever going to be. Wow. Let's give this guy a round of applause. Let's give this guy a round of applause for confronting this guy, Mr. Liar, showing it, because Mr. Liar is showing his true colors, unfortunately. Oh, and by the way, where's the proof of where he's the butthole? That he's the despicable piece of crap? Oh, wait, can you hear this? He literally goes to this guy's freaking YouTube video that he has an feedback. Oh, there's feedback. Hold on. That better not happen again.
Yes, same. My goodness.
Okay. Are we still live?
Yes, we still are.
Okay. Now. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay. What does Mr. Liar have to say? What does he have to say in the comments? I'm not kidding you when I read this word for word. Okay. Listen to this. Yeah, I just wanted to say this to you. I saw your effing message that you sent me on Discord, and this is what I got to say to you. You are nothing but a GD line POS. I never was a GD a-hole to you, bull crap. But when you overreact to little things, oh, by the way, this is rage typing right here. He's not even spelling things correct. Oh my God, things that what pisses me off. So why don't you get your GD facts before coming to conclusions? What? Facts and conclusion. He wanted to discuss and have a healthy debate over Wheel of Fortune. How retarded are you, Mr. Liar? Oh, we'll get. And he says he never acts like a child. He actually has most of all this crap in capitals. I'm not kidding you. And he's saying in exclamation marks too. Wow. And he said, "You don't see me acting like a child." Oh yeah, you just lied there. There's lie number 8. Line number 8. All of this, what I'm about to read here is line number 8. Ready? I enjoyed having you on the server up until now. Always thought you were another loyal friend, true to my channel, but the way I see it, you're the a-hole, so don't effing call me an a-hole. Like our friend did. He called him an a-hole. What a crying, hissy, childish fit. Don't call me an a-hole when I wasn't involved during that situation between you and Mr. Disappointment. If you want to work things out, then fine. If you don't, then you can burn in hell. Oh, wow. And then this is where I hope you're effing happy for what you did because you ruined my effing day. Wow. And he says to me that you're acting like a child. You don't see me acting like a child, do you? Let me tell you that. Yes, you are. You just contradicted yourself. Line number 8. Line number 8 for this guy. And he really did put that on there. Oh, my God. So, and by the way, this is what Mr. Disappointment said. You ready for this? Ready. About what I just referenced? He brought some outsider to try and put me in my place, and in capitals, we are the hypocrites and a-holes. No. Oh, hold on just 1 second. You mean to tell me that putting in your place, like calling you immature, you're the one who freaking said your article sucks instead of being a good host and an admin and saying hello? Who are you trying to bull crap? And oh my God. And then this other guy who's being a complete, butt kisser. And then you want to know why he made that comment, Mr. Liar? Because he got blocked on Discord because of that, after that message he sent. And okay, this is what was said word for word. And okay. And then this guy, Mr. Disappointment, says one word, D, the D word. I'm thinking like, and what does Mr. Liar say here? I'm not kidding you when in fact, oh my God, he doesn't take account. Does this guy even think before he types? He said this. I hope he gets shot by an MS-13 member. Let me repeat that. I hope he gets shot by an MS-13 member. Oh, and get this. Guess this. You know when two of those people, including Mr. Disappointment, ask what's that? You know what Mr. Liar says? MS-13 is a part of a Mexican street gang. You want this guy to be shot by a Mexican street gang member? Oh my God. You are, folks, I'm not even making this crap up. I'm not. I got screenshots of this for a reliable source. And then, this is what he says. And to the people who caused drama today, I just want to say a big F you to everyone who caused S. Wow, that's real mature of you. Oh, and get this. He also freaking apologizes because he got mental and emotional issues. Oh, my God. But, thing is, I would have accepted an apology. But here's the thing. Does he say he's sorry to the guy who he directed that at? No. Even though the friend we have said he was sorry, guess what? He never said he was sorry either. Oh, my God. So much for being a real mature adult. And if you think I'm more pissed off now, oh, my God, I'm going to get to this much later. Because there is one. Okay. About the situation. Okay, folks? Now. Brandon, you said to me that something happened on that server and another friend of ours who got wrongfully banned by another person. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, folks, I wish I could say 3 people, but guess what? The 2 people that are mostly held accountable are the freaking deplorable pieces of crap. And, okay. After this guy freaking said, after he was trying to ask, okay, this friend also we have, a different friend. He was only asking what was going on after Mr. Liar was going to take some time off. He was only asking a question, and this guy, one of the admin say to just drop it, and then he says he runs this BITCH, even though when he was told to calm down, like saying, calm down, don't tell me to calm down, I run this BITCH. And then he freaking just bans him like that. After trying to have a conversation, one of our friends was trying to talk to the friend who wanted to know what was going on, which is kind of the point. We are friends to stick out for one another, find out what's going on, even if we have to freaking, oh my God, to have each other's back. Okay. So, this is what was said on Mr. Disappointment server on what you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what is said. I'm not kidding you. So, yeah, this person kicked me out of the server. Can you get me back in? And then he's being, okay, these little writers right here. These little writers right here, they just want to act like, taking, bad behavior. There was no bad behavior. Like, you got banned because of your behavior. But, and one of our friends are right, he started it. And I'm telling you, and he says, oh, and this guy right here, hey, let me tell you something, buddy. You are involved with this because you're freaking talking about it. You're contradicting yourself. But I'm not going to bring him into this. And then Mr. Disappointment, after he says, guys, please, I've had enough, knock it off for tonight, because after what happened, after what Mr. Liar said, freaking regretting every single word, being an emotional, quote-unquote, emotional wreck that he is. And then they're saying, yes, sir, so does one of our friends, and he said he got banned from the server. And what does Mr. Disappointment say? to try and correct this issue. He says, what part of Knock It Off do you not understand? So you're going to, you allow wrongful bannings too. And let me see this. And everybody, oh my God. And then he's saying, I'm asking, please stop it no more tonight. Okay. There's more to this. Okay, folks? These are the rules. Rule number 1, no cheating. Cheating is strictly forbidden, and anyone who is caught cheating will be permanently banned, no exceptions. Well, no cheating was involved here. Show good sportsmanship, harassment, bullying, talking back, pestering, and spamming will not be tolerated. Oh, by the way, they actually break their own rule. Harassment, bullying, talking back, and pestering, and all that bull crap.
Yep.
And you must be 18 years of age to join. And you want to know one of our friends? He was actually 17 years old before he turned 18. And get this, he was more mature than those guys when he wanted to talk about Wheel of Fortune, a healthy debate. That's all there was. Don't spoil outcomes to any kind of show. That's rule number 5. Rule number 6. Oh, this is where the don't be a special snowflake comes into play, which one of our friends who left on his own terms, mind you, freaking threw at Mr. Liar's face, and also Mr. Disappointment as well. And keep politics to yourself, rule number 7. And number 8, if you say anything while filming, please do not interrupt while someone else is talking. And number 9, have fun. Oh, yeah, where's the fun, even with number 9? Seriously. Now, these are the consequences of the strikes here. You ready? Strike 1, verbal warning. Strike 2, 1 month suspension from the server. Strike 3, permanent ban from the server. Now, you know what's so funny? This is what's funny. They not once gave me a verbal warning. They not once gave the person who wrote the article that our friend invited to that server a verbal warning. And they never gave the friend who we have that was just asking a question a verbal warning. Abuse of power. And then, and there's more. There is more. By the way, he said, okay, and I forgot to read this too. Big change and all that, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm now in defunct chat, man. Deeply apologize to everybody if I was an a-hole you are. No, you were an a-hole, dude. Mr. Liar. Man, I'm going to say this word for word because I forgot to say this. I went too far ahead before I went to the friend who got wrongfully banned because he was asking a question. You ready? Ready for this?
Ready.
He says this. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier today on the now defunct chat, you all saw a comment from me wishing a threat to a user who left. Oh, he admits that he left. He admits that. But you know what? During those peace talks, he even says it to me that he did get banned. What? Oh my God. And I know all of you freaked out about what I did. That is true. And for that, I would like to take the time and say I am deeply sorry. Okay, I am deeply sorry for what. Hold on. And yeah, take the time to say I'm deeply sorry for all you had to see that. What I did was 110. He forgets the percent, mind you. Was 110% unacceptable. I should have never have done that, but I did. I was too pissed off. I shouldn't have done it. I might be the real reason why I caused drama today too. Wow, that's real. That's really admitting to something that you're wrong of. I will be going to see a doctor and see if I can get myself checked out because what I did will get me in legal trouble. And I almost did. And I can assure you all this will never happen again. Yeah, better not. You don't say things like that now, do you? And I can assure you all this never happened again. So once again, I deeply apologize to everybody if I was an a-hole to your R. There is no if in this apology. You were an a-hole. And I'll I'll be a better friend to all of you too. Really, about all the other friends that's been wrongfully banned by Mr. Disappointment? Wow. What a load of horse crap that is. Now, this is the text that was sent like a few days before that little angry fit of, the whole MS-13 thing. You know what? Okay. This person got wrongfully banned because he and his brother, have, two different accounts. And get this. This is what happened. This person says, yeah, and then Mr. Disappointment says, I talked to this person and got his side of the story. You didn't tell me the whole truth, did you? And then one of the brothers says, I was curious and yelling at him, and I made him mad somehow. And then, what does Mr. Disappointment say? You did more than that, didn't you? Tell me the truth. And then, yeah. And then this is what one of the brothers say. It happened so fast. What did he say? Because I tried my best as I could to tell you the truth. And then he says, hang on. After that happened, he messaged me on his alternate account saying, hi, I'm this person's brother, and I love your server. Now that ticked me off because that leads me to believe either that he thinks I'm dumb or that he thinks this is a joke. Oh my God. They're freaking brothers with their own individual accounts. And he says, oh, that is my brother, my real brother. And then Mr. Disappointment says, no, it's you effing with this guy, isn't it? Do not play dumb with me. It's don't play dumb with me. Get your freaking, words right, stupid. And he said, and then one of the brothers say, look at me and my brother. We're really brothers in the real world. He was being nice to excuse me, I was almost said something on turn here. He was being nice to this guy. The only account that I have is this one and my backup account. And then this is what Mr. Disappointment says. This is your last chance. Do you want to be booted from two servers in one day? And then the brother says, I swear I can even provide it by a video chat. He starts a call. Guess what happens? He says, what does Mr. Disappointment say? No, I am admin and on this server and I can kick you out. Tell me the truth or you're out. What does that got to do with anything? They were trying to show him proof that they were real brothers. What does the server have to do with this? And then the brother says, I'm not lying. He is right here next to me. And then Mr. Disappointment says, you really think I'm playing? Okay, it's an alt account. I'm not stupid. And then the brother says, and this is true, folks. No, my alt account is this one. My brother is a different user. And then this is when Mr. Disappointment says, so you have two alts. What? Two alts? No, he and his brother have alts, not two alts in one for one guy. And then he said as this. And then the brother says, no, my brother's in the server. Go ask him. And then, oh my God. And this is what he says. This is what Mr. Disappointment says. I don't have to because he's you, isn't he? And then the brother says, hang on. And he says, and then Mr. Disappointment says, I'm booting both your accounts if you don't tell me the truth now. Better think hard. And then the brother says this: I have pictures to prove that me and him are brothers. We with different accounts. I don't own my brother's Discord account. And then Mr. Boyman says, okay, that's it. And then he bans both accounts just like that. You know how long it took this guy to argue with this guy, this brother? 16 minutes. It took my mom to find these brothers in 5 seconds. So yeah. And then you're probably wondering, how are they the buttholes? Well, one of our friends who we try to have for the rant on episode 5, yes, you probably know who it is, but then again, I'm not going to drag any names into this. For some reason, they don't like this guy. For some stupid reason. This is what Mr. Liar and Mr. Disappointment do. Okay? They make fun of this individual by role-playing. Saying the way how he texts and types to people like me or you, Brent, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Saying, Mr. Disappointment, I'm just preferring by the name. Are you there? What does Mr. Disappointment do in the role-playing in the general chat? He puts up a freaking photo, a picture of Randy from South Park with a shotgun shooting at our friend to react to, are you there? Ugh. And then also, Mr. Liar says the person that our friend dies. And also, Mr. Disappointment says that our friend jacks off first. You are, folks, I'm not even trying to make this up. I know from the evidence I have. What has this guy done to you two dicks? What has he done? Oh my God. Oh, and prior to okay, so let me get this straight. Okay, there's me, there's another guy, there's friends, there's 6 people right now, including you, Brandon. That's 7. I should have mentioned this before too. Okay. This is where it gets interesting, okay? Because a month before my banning, wrongful banning, mind you, this is what, yeah. Hold on. Okay. This is what happened. When this guy, who was wrongfully banned 1 month before me, this is what happened. Okay, so I first posted about Big John about having cancer again last month, and then someone who I'm not naming said that I was being rude, but I was not being rude. I was just hoping that Big John feels better, but they got mad, so the next day they banned me from the server for what I said, but it was not a rude comment, but I was just hoping that he feels better. Saying that, so basically you're people saying you hope a certain individual, whether it's Big John or Alex Trebek or anybody in that matter, saying you hope they feel better against their fight against cancer is a rude thing. That doesn't make any sense. Oh my God. And that was the guy who was wrongfully banned a month before me. And so, yeah, 6 people, I believe. Now, you want to know where this is? Does it get better, folks? Oh, it does get better, because then, Brandon, remember I was planning to do an exposure on the server and the entire channel of the original channel, what this guy used to go by?
Mm-hmm.
This guy, freaking, oh my God, Mr. Liar. He notices this. Oh, by the way, do you know what Mr. Disappointment says? Because I caused an uproar in that server to a point where, I mean, like, wow. I didn't want people to talk about me. That wasn't my intentions. But what does he say when I'm about to prepare for it? Let's look at this. You know, everybody was going crazy. This is what he said, this word for word. You know what? We're all here arguing here because of what some pissant put on his YouTube page. How pathetic is that, and how pathetic are we? Hey, you are pathetic, Mr. Disappointment, because you are nothing but a coward and a freaking, buzzkill. And you're not funny. You seriously aren't funny with your role-playing, which you did to my friend, who, by the way, that is like a threat in a way, because you want to shoot one of our friends. Because people do not take that crap seriously. Or not take it seriously. I mean, people do not take that lightly, I meant to say. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Way too far, Mr. Disappointment, way too far. Okay, how pathetic are we? We're letting him win because animosity is being built up right here, right now. Congratulations, Jordan. You got what you want. Hold on. Me wanting justice to speak my mind is getting what I want. Newsflash. I wasn't doing this for fun, and I wasn't doing this to get what I want. You guys brought it upon yourselves. And what does Mr. Liar do? I'm not kidding you. And somebody, he can back me up. He can deny it. I don't care. He freaking goes to a person who knows me, who I told him this, who, by the way, before all this, hold on. Let me find this photo because it's important. Very important. Yeah, at the beginning mark of one of the new episodes next week after my performance, guess what? The contestant from last week's episode was found to be ineligible due to harassing another admin and therefore will not receive their prizes. Oh, there's more to that. Do you know the person who was used to, for Mr. Liar to get to me to have peace talks? He said to me, I'm not kidding you, that he said that I got banned for raging at Mr. Disappointment. Wow. And listen to this. That the contestant, was found to be ineligible due to harassing another admin. Oh, by the way, you know what that means? Lie number 9. Line number 9. And if you go to this certain video, you will not see that because he removed it because of the piece we made. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that right now. So we spent an hour, a whole hour, talking with the peace talks. Oh, Mr. Disappointment wanted to disrupt them too. But then again, I felt like I was being used. So was the guy who was used to get to me to start a group chat. And this guy, Mr. Liar, he said, I'm going through emotional wreck here, man. That really got to me, and I should have never let it get to me. Because here's the thing, though. I told him everything that was happening in my life. He told me it was his life. And I'm telling you, oh, boy. I just really don't know what to say here because of what I'm having to tell you guys. And by the way, when I told Mr. Liar that Mr. Disappointment was the whole issue, you want to know something else here, folks? He, along with the person that was used to start a group chat, agreed with me with every single thing that Mr. Disappointment was the issue with that server for all the wrongful doings. Mr. Liar agreed. I'm not making this up. Ugh. I mean, and he said that, and he said things like, I will make this right, you know, I'm going to bring people back. Guess what? It's been 2 months! And he hasn't had those brothers back, the friend who got banned wrongfully for asking a question, another, a guy who never got his apology, mind you, because he left on his own terms, never banned, mind you, and yeah, and also another individual who got wrongfully banned because he wanted to wish Big John, you know, I wish Big John well against his battle with cancer, which isn't rude, mind you. And not once did our friend who got, you know, who was being role played, you know, and then pretending that he gets shot by Randy from South Park. None of them are back. He lied. So you know what that makes it? Like number 9 with the contestant from last week's episode, that number 9, guess what this makes? Lie number 10. Lie number 10. Everybody give him a big round of applause. Let's give a big round of applause for this no good lying piece of garbage. And the peace talks. Oh my God. And so, you want to know what else he does? He freaking messages me and says that he wants to be secret friends. What? And I even told him, like we even voice chatted too. Again, after I was trying to get my siblings situated and, you know, getting ready for them to getting ready to eat. Guess what? I asked him this when he said that it'd be good not to be friends in public. But then again, I asked him, and he said this for real. I said this. Did Mr. Disappointment say it's either me or Jordan in regards to being friends? He said yes. Wow. I don't know if to take that as a lie or the truth. But then, after all that, I had a lot of evidence to take Mr. Disappointment down. I was feeling sorry for the guy who I call Mr. Liar because I was willing to go to bat for you. To help you stop being under this big, fat, degenerate thumb and all this other bullcrap. And he also keeps messing with some people, questioning their age, saying they got a lot of growing up to do, Mr. Disappointment, growing up to do, and then, you know, putting some people on probation. I mean, God. I freaking can't stand this guy for all he's worth. And Brandon, we're not even done yet because we have one more thing to discuss of how this all came to be.
Mm-hmm.
And folks, I want to apologize if I'm shouting and screaming, but still, you'd all scream too. But then again, this is a rant. And if this was an exposure, I'd be calling out someone by name. This is just an epic rant of injustice here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
While we were doing the episode 5, the original, which could have been the most longest and most viewed, and most probably disliked one of all time. But guess who pops up in the live chat? Who pops up, Brandon?
That'll be none other than that jerk-off wannabe, Mr. Disappointment.
He shows up in the live chat after presenting all the facts and statements and all that, even though we don't know how long he was on, still, he freaking laughed because of what I was doing. Wow. And I was trying to come back at him for all the things he done, and guess what? You're probably wondering, who sent him to the live chat? In fact, he's the one who says, I don't really give a crap of what people say about me on social media and all that. Wait a minute. So he doesn't give a crap. Then why would he show up on there? Why would he show up on that episode?
Yeah.
And plus, There was someone in the live chat who I'm not going to mention, but I will call out on because I know who you are. You said in the live chat for me to change the subject when I'm in the right for everything of the evidence I was presenting and what was said word for word. You want me to change the subject? What does this person do? I mean, like, we thought he told Mr. Disappointment, but guess what? I heard, and I'm not going to name names, I heard that he told Mr. Liar, who apparently told Mr. Disappointment. That whole thing, that wasn't against that guy who I call Mr. Liar. It was against Mr. Disappointment, and I have proof on my phone and even everything that I'm saying right now, and I've never once lied. Give me a polygraph test. And he's in the live chat, Mr. Disappointment, saying that I'm giving this all to my lawyer and all this other book and all this for slander. Who's slander? This is internet drama. This is not a freaking courtroom. Mr. Disappointment, you just pull it out of your arse because, just like you do everything else. But you want to know, the thing is, and I heard that this guy hopes he's not mad at me. Hey, listen, I'm not mad. I'm furious. I'm pissed off. Because nobody does that and thinks they're going to get away with it. So let me tell you this here. For the time being, stay away from me. Because the last thing you want to do is want to try and talk to me. Because the last thing you want is to talk to a pissed off 24-year-old South Carolinian. That is the last thing you want to do. Am I right or wrong, Brandon?
You're right.
At the end of the day, and you want to know what he used as an excuse of what he told one of my friends who told me this? He's saying things like, because of what I said about his ex-wife, which I'm not going to bring into this, even though I've already indirectly mentioned her, although I'm not going to repeat what she told me, but I will say this, though. Thing is, though, he's the one telling my... God, what everything he says is so irrelevant. He's saying things, did she not neglect to tell Jordan about all the good things I did and all that for her and her kids and all that stuff, and saying things like my father, like about my abused, my father used to abuse me when I was little and all that, and all this other stuff that is not even relevant for all the wrongful bannings he did. Saying about all the good things he did and all the other stuff, including mentioning about how he was abused by his daddy. I mean, what? That's not relevant. None of it. So here's my thing to you, Mr. Disappointment. Stop blaming your little daddy issues on all the mistakes you made for wrongfully banning people. You no good lying prick. I don't ever want to see you. And I don't want to see you. That's all there is to it. And as for Mr. Liar, well, you want to know something? He needs to stay away from me too, because I'm telling you, I don't ever want to see him again either. I don't want any more peace terms because it's obvious he's going to lie. He's already lied on 10 different occasions, has he not?
That is right.
Oh, and get this. After out of fear because of the whole lawyer thing, guess what he does? He wrongfully bans Brandon off the server instead of confronting him like a man and admit that he was the one who said all that crap about you, Brandon, behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
What a freaking fat arse degenerate.
Yep.
And you're probably wondering, what do I have to say left for Mr. Liar? I'm going to read this off of an idea I had, which is the best idea for any type of version of Card Sharks. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is what I said, word for word, and so does he. For the rules for, okay, the base card rules for what I plan to do soon in the future called Joker Sharks, guess what? It's the I would explain the rules of the base cards later, but I'm going to do the money cards because I don't want to go too over time, but I got to do this real quick because I got some things I need to do, okay? For the Joker card and the money cards, you ready for this? Need to have a little drink here. My voice is getting cracked up for all the shouting. This is what I said. If you hit a Joker card and the money cards, you get an automatic push where your next card is revealed where you can't say higher or lower. You will also lose half your money and continue onward. Okay? However, the second one is this, on for the Joker card. If you hit another Joker card, you will lose all of your money and lose at the money cards. You will only walk out as champion, and with the money you win in the 2 rounds from the base cards. Brandon, is that not my idea? Did I tell you about this idea before?
Yes, you have.
Okay. Now, I told him this. He could use it as a permanent rule. But he said he'd probably use it for an April Fool's joke. Which is so stupid. And then, okay. On the same day, I was wrongfully banned. I asked if I could appear on another episode of his little show, okay? But then, By the way, he said he liked the idea about the base card one, okay? And I said I'm a genius. He said I was, like you are. And I said this. I'm not kidding you. I said, but the Joker card rules on the money cards is also ingenious in its own right as well. After I said that, what does he say here, Mr. Liar? What does he say? He says, I got something too. And I said, really? And he says, you get a Joker card the first time, you lose half. The second time, your game is over. Which is kind of like what I just said. And I asked him the money cards. He says, yes. And I said, that's what I thought of too. Because I was thinking like being nice to the guy. Because I didn't know this at the time. And get this. He says, that. And I said, after he said yes for the money cards, I said, that's what I thought of too. And he says, no way. And you know what? I'm telling you, how is it that he could not read my idea first and then come up with that rule on the fly? That doesn't make any sense. The first rule, that's what he liked, the base cards. But the money cards, he freaking tries to steal that right out from under me. And he's not even saying it's my idea. It was my idea. So if he does his little version of Card Sharks in the future and he does that rule, guess what? He's going to be plagiarizing off me and say that it was his idea if he ever says that, although I doubt it. Because he'll probably not say that on social media. He'll probably just keep that to himself. When anyone asks him, did you make up that rule? Yeah, I did. I thought all by myself. Bull crap. But at the end of the day, not only is he a liar, he's a plagiarist. Which is kind of funny because he still has a plagiarist, who I'm not going to mention by name, still on his server, and who's also part of Mr. Disappointment server, who's also been exposed for being a plagiarist. But still, at the end of the day, if you couldn't just and not lied and freaking lied and lied over and over and over again, and at least admit to the fact that you took sides and you actually, like, because when you said you did, but you did, if you had not done that, like took Mr. Joseph Portman's side, this all would never be happening. And I wouldn't have to be ranting and ranting for 1 hour and 40 minutes of having to talk about aliases. And even if you guys ask me who they are, I'm not gonna reveal. Why? Because what's the point? Because more drama and more war. Okay? I'm done. But at the end of the day, what's your take on all that, Brandon?
To be honest, though, Jordan, I am very disappointed with Mr. Liar. That he used to be my friend for 7+ years, and now it's gone down the toilet. In which you were having some peace terms and all that. He lied through his damn teeth. And the thing about Mr. Disappointment, if he got a problem with me, he should have let me know. I was like, okay, right now we need to work this out and all that, and we'd be on good terms. No. He backstabbed me right in the back that, oh, I'm a copycat. I'm like, dude, just shut the F up, okay? Just hold your horses there, mister. Just hold your horses. And the thing is, Mr. Disappointment is nothing but a liar. That nasty, perverted piece of shite that he is. And then, oh man, I do not want to go into further detail on that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it ain't out of respect either. Just the fact that what's the point? Because after all, he's going to probably say, slander again. Well, everything we have, or I have mostly, and we all have in this, is 100% fact. Not opinions, not theories, not takes. Fact.
Yeah. And as for going back to Mr. Liar.
Yeah.
Going back to Mr. Liar, I thought he would be a good friend to me for seven whole years. What happened?
What happened?
He backstabbed me again. He backstabbed me as well. For what Mr. Disappointment did to me, he wrongfully banned me on that certain server, which I will not mention it. And the thing about it is, yeah, like you said earlier, Jordan, Mr. Disappointment banned the wrongful people, on the other hand, that they weren't in the wrong. I'm like, he is abusing his own power. Like a dictator, on the other hand. And alongside Mr. Liar, he is the right-hand man. I'm like, give it a break, okay? The right-hand man. Yeah, you can shove it.
All right, well, you don't want to know something here? We're not doing this because we want to. We're doing this because we need to. It has to come out in the blue, okay?
Yeah, and it has to be done.
See, when I'm a friend, when I'm actually doing things for others, I actually want to listen and help you. That was all there was to it until you show your true colors as well. Even he talks behind my back without even saying my name, Mr. Liar. That's who I'm mentioning. what gets me is, where do you get off, Mr. Disappointment? You think you have this power. Well, guess what? The only power you have is absolutely nothing. You are not Mr. I am Mr. Authority. You are not Mr. I am always right, and you are not Mr. always know better than you in regards to the law kind of person, because you're not. As much as I want to say more about about the more personal stuff, I'm telling you, the only thing that's keeping me from doing that is because of how sick it is. Mm-hmm. You are the most deplorable, perverted, disgusting piece of freaking mother-freaking shite to ever walk the face of the earth, and that is why your place of residence and your whole state, or where you live, whatever you want to call it, is now a toxic environment. Just like the server you killed off, which reminds me, the server, the name of the server, the YouTube account that used to be for 10 years gets changed to Mr. Liar's real name. And how it all came about, everything I said about what Mr. Disappointment had done wrongfully, I rest my case.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But at the end of the day, if you guys had not pulled that, if you had not just, freaking took my words out of context because of what I said on your show, or whatever you want to call it, you brought this upon yourselves. Even if I'm not naming names, you brought it upon yourselves. You can watch this video over and over and over again and think how many ways you're going to sue us. No. This is a rant video, not a courtroom, and a judge nor a lawyer will take all this seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Slander if you're mentioning name, but however, if you have the facts and the evidence and all your corners covered, which I do.
Yep. And by the way, though, yeah, a lawyer wouldn't take that seriously. You would lose right away.
It's not that fact that you'll lose right away. It's the fact that he won't get anywhere.
You get nowhere in life, plain simple.
Just you guys, now that I'm finished with this topic, I want you to know that this is it. We're finally going to move on to the 2020s without having to mention you or think about you. And we're not going to role play about you. Why? Because we're not pathetic than you two are. We're not pathetic as you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
And at least the friend we have that you want to shoot with a shot, want to kill with a shotgun, pretend to be Randy from South Park. At least he's a better friend and a better person than you two ever will be. Individually.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But this is it. This is the final episode before 2020. And, folks, I had a lot to get off my chest. I want to officially apologize to those for the shouting and all that. But still, a lot of emotion was built up in me.
Mm-hmm.
Because this rant was not only did I need to do this, it was necessary just to get a lot off my chest, and I pretty much did. But by the way, just so we're clear, like I said before, if you're wanting to know who these individuals are, don't even bother asking us. And that also means this. You can give compliments in the comment section of the replay of this live stream if you want, but I'm asking you no posts, no about asking who he is, who these guys are, and what the server was, what the channel is called, nothing. Because you probably may take wild guesses, but still at the end of the day, we're trying to move on from this because that's all we want to do. In fact, I'm now giving an eviction notice to those two guys that have been in my head since September.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Now that I'm having that, washed away, that's it for this final episode of the Rant N Rave Podcast with Brandon Jordan. Next, in the new year, when we hit for Thursdays on January 2nd, we will have another co-host with us, which will be called Rant N Rave Podcast, which means most of the names of the shows of the recent episodes we have will be changed from Rant N Rave Podcast, and then but still at the end of the day, this is the end of the Brandon and Jordan era.
Yep.
I know it's hard to think, and even though we don't have a guest this time, but still, this had to be done. We planned for weeks for this, and finally, I finally got a lot off my chest. Brandon, you got a lot off your chest. What is your final words to say?
And as for Mr. Disappointment and Mr. Liar, in my imagination, you could take these middle fingers, you could both shove it up your rear ends, and please, and I mean for my request and Jordan's request, please leave us the F alone and just let us be.
We didn't not saying your names or nothing.
Yeah. Just
Indirectly. Let us be, yeah. And even indirectly, still. We're finally going to be at peace with this. Well, folks, this is the end of Rant N Rave Podcast with Botch Mania. This is the end of Rant N Rave Podcast with Brandon and Jordan, episode number 12. And this is the final time you'll see us as, with Brandon Jordan and the title screen. And now we will move on to just Rant N Rave Podcast after we have our third, who will be a co-host as well. And I am looking forward to that. And also, we want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, even though this is not the kind of thing you want to watch that's, holiday spirited like, but still, in the end, bah humbug. Thank you. Bye. So yeah, God bless you all. Have a great day. Have a very Merry Christmas, and even better one day tomorrow, and including another better Christmas for next year, and a Happy New Year. Yeah, go ahead and close us off, Brandon.
Well, before I sign off though, Jordan, for this last episode 2019, guys, I would like to say thank you guys so much for supporting the podcast since the very first episode, since before the reaction video of Hell in the Cell.
And how much StreamYard was at the time.
Yep, exactly. And like what Jordan said, you guys have a Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year, everyone. And by the way, a week from Thursday, we will be having a guest on the show.
Oh, yes.
We will be having the Sauce Alexander to start off, to kick off a new era in 2020.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I hope our third co-host will be happy with that too.
Yep. And
hopefully we'll have more guests on this. To have like wrestlers, or maybe not just wrestlers from the indies. Who knows?
Yeah. Or
you never know.
You may never know. Exactly.
Game shows, anything. You never know.
Exactly.
The possibilities are endless.
Yes.
But
anyway, guys, that's going to do this for this episode and ending the Brandon and Jordan era. And we have to close this off. But with that being said, guys, we will see you guys next time for another edition of the Rant N Rave Podcast. Bye-bye.
The Rant N Rave Podcast Archives.